Hey YouTubers, it's Scott from Vandingo, and today is first window installation day. So I'm going to try to work this out so you can all see what's going on. Bear with me a second. So hopefully you can see the punches. There's some punch holes all along the side from the inside of the door out to help make the line, so it allows me to make my cuts. So here, those are the windows, Van Windows Direct, really good site, easy to order for the Sprinter van and the other vans that are available there. I've got the appropriate window lining in the opening and the various primers and the urethane that we'll glue that on with. And then for me, I'm going to use these blades, these Diablo blades. And one of the reasons I did the punch process is because I have this kind of jigsaw. And it's much easier for this jigsaw to cut on the outside as you go around using this approach. So I used this punch and this hammer. It's a real small-headed punch, and you only have to tap it about 3 times when you do this, and you do it essentially right the exact distance of this inside line, and that's what we're going to cut out. And then once you get that correct, the van windows that I ordered, passenger and driver side van windows, that's driver side, that's passenger side, unboxed and ready to go. I just have to clean them, and let's get started. Next step, I'm gonna take a marker, Sharpie marker, and I'm gonna connect the dots, so it makes it much easier for me to cut. So I'll do that next. So that's Raphael, he's joining us today. And I just saw, it's much easier to see those punch holes, all right, buddy? From here, well, maybe not. It's golden hour here in Texas, so let's see how this works. I'm gonna get things cleaned up here a little bit first, so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So while I like the outline method and the punch in the back, I'm going to take the drill and I'm going to switch this out to a 1/8 inch drill bit, and I'm going to drill some holes near the areas where I think I'm probably going to have sort of most of the challenges, and they'll be on the corners and near this section here because when I begin my cut, I'd rather not chew into this piece of metal. I don't want to waste time and energy cutting that piece. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, got my 1/8" bit. And we're going to make some pilot holes along here. Even though I've done the black marker on the outside, I want to be a little bit more precise in my cuts. So that's what we'll do. I just realized I forgot to tape it. So I'm going to tape it so I don't end up scratching all of this along here as well. So let's get that done. I just had to share. Rafa's super interested in the activities out here. All right, so here we go. I did the tape around the outside and actually flipped one tape upside down to catch any of the metal shavings, as I don't want any rust where not needed. So I'm going to drill out a number of holes here. Switch to a smaller bit. Funny thing, we're going reverse. No wonder it wasn't cutting. Back to the 1/8. So what I discovered was the drill method. Actually, I've got some holes that are down below where I drew the punch lines. So the punch line helps, and putting the black marker gives me guidance. But these holes, these pilot holes, are actually more precisely on the correct line. So I'm going to try to cut to those pilot holes. I made many more along the corners, and I'm going to use this with this is a DeWalt jigsaw, and I have that metal blade. You want to make sure you get a metal blade for this kind of job. And then I'll vacuum up all the shavings and clean it up once I'm done. Make a lot of noise. Okay, after a lot of noise and sawing, gotta be careful with your hands on this one. I left a tab on the top, cut around, reached in because this was so flimsy it could move around, and just cut the last piece, and out she comes. So now we need to get in here and grind this down and then treat it. So it's happened. Went through and used a file to clean off all the burrs around it, and the tape did a pretty nice job, but I don't know if you can tell, it's sparkling metal flakes everywhere. So if I've got the vacuum. I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna hustle for the rest of this. Hopefully the light will hold, and I can show you when I put the trim around the window and the bead of primer on it, and then the urethane, and we'll slap the window on before the mosquitoes absolutely eat me alive. So that's next. I gotta tell you, van life is always late in the evening. So cleaned up the window, put the urethane around it, used one entire urethane tube. I got 2 left and 4 more windows. I gotta get some more urethane. So I'm now taping it down for the night. I've got some urethane coming out right here. So I'm gonna clean that out. And amazingly, with the wonderment of YouTube and Van Windows Direct and all their YouTube support, along with other van lifers and their YouTubes, it friggin' works. Amazing. Of course, at the end of the night with mosquitoes everywhere. Okay, not bad. Can sleep tonight.